Hi, this is Rian from Must Be Noob. In this lab guide, we will perform a clean installation of Windows Server 2025 on a virtual machine with no previously installed operating system. Make sure that you have Oracle VirtualBox installed on your physical machine and you have downloaded the Windows Server 2025 evaluation ISO image from Microsoft website. In the last video, we have installed the latest version of Oracle VM VirtualBox on our physical machine. We have also downloaded the latest evaluation ISO image of Windows Server 2025 and Windows 11 Enterprise from Microsoft Eval Center. Let's go to Oracle VM VirtualBox Manager. On Oracle VM VirtualBox Manager, click on New to start creating a virtual machine. First, we need to specify the name for this virtual machine. I'm going to give name Windows Server 2025. Then you have to select the location where you want to store this virtual machine files. I'm going with the default location. At the moment, I'm not going to specify the ISO image. The OS type is going to be Microsoft Windows and the version is going to be Windows Server 2022. Since we don't have the option to select Windows Server 2025 at the moment. Click Next. Now we need to specify the base memory for this virtual machine. I'm going to assign 8 GB for this virtual machine. Next, we have to specify the number of CPU core we want to assign to this virtual machine. In this example, I'm going to assign 4 CPU cores. Remember, you have to adjust this base memory and CPU cores as per your physical computer's configuration. Now, I'm going to select this checkbox to deploy Windows Server 2025 with EFI mode. Click Next. Now, we have to specify the virtual disk size. We want to create new virtual disk with the size 500 GB. So I'm going to specify 500 GB for this new virtual hard disk. Click Next. Take a look at the summary information and if you are happy with it, click on Finish to create a virtual machine for Windows Server 2025 deployment. Let me modify the settings of this virtual machine. This is the new interface of virtual machine settings. From here, you can adjust the options as per your requirement. I'm going to click on Storage as I want to attach the Windows Server 2025 ISO image. Select the empty disk. Click on this drop-down menu and select Choose a disk file. We have stored the downloaded ISO image on the Downloads folder. This is the Windows Server 2025 evaluation ISO image and this is the Windows 11's. So let me select Windows Server 2025 evaluation ISO image. Click on Open and the ISO image will be mounted to this virtual machine. Next, I'm going to modify the networking information. I'm going to change the network adapter type from NAT to bridge adapter. I'm bridging this virtual network adapter to my physical network adapter. Okay, you have the expert option here. So from there, you can also adjust these settings as per your requirement. If you don't want to connect this virtual machine to the internet, then you have the option to select internal network option. So at the moment, I'm not going to connect this virtual machine to the internet. Now I'm going to click on OK button. So our virtual machine is ready for the deployment. Let's click on Start button to start the virtual machine. A virtual machine will boot using the attached ISO image. Press any key from your keyboard to boot this virtual machine using the attached ISO image. On this screen, we have to select the language to install and time and currency format. Since we have downloaded this ISO image with English United States language, that language option is already selected. So we just have to click Next to continue. Keyboard or input method is also going to be the US. Click Next. You have to select the setup option. If you want to repair your PC, then you have to select the second radio button. And if you want to go for the clean installation, then select the first option. Select the first option to perform Windows Server 2025 installation. Then select the checkbox to agree with it. Click Next to continue. Select the operating system edition which you want to install in this virtual machine. In this example, I'm going to select Windows Server 2025 Standard Evaluation with the GUI interface. If you want to install Windows Server 2025 in core mode, then you just have to select Windows Server 2025 Standard Evaluation. For GUI interface, we have to select Windows Server 2025 with desktop experience. Click Next. The license terms page appears. Select Accept to accept the license terms. Now Setup Wizard is asking us to select the location to install Windows Server 2025. We have attached a new virtual hard disk with the size of 500 GB. And that's why disk 0 is there with unallocated space of 500 GB. So let's create a partition on unallocated space. Click on Create Partition. I want to create a single partition on our virtual disk. Let's click on Apply. The partition is created successfully. There are 2 other partitions for system use. Make sure you have selected the correct partition to install Windows Server 2025. Click Next. Now we are ready to start the installation of Windows Server 2025 Standard Evaluation Edition with desktop experience. Click on Install to start the installation process. The Installing Windows page appears as the system installs Windows Server 2025. The installation process will take some time to complete the installation of Windows Server 2025 in Oracle VM VirtualBox. After several minutes and a system restart, the settings page appear. In the password and re-enter password text boxes, tap your password and click on Finish. The Windows security page appears showing the date and time. Press Ctrl to delete key combination and log on using the administrator account with the password you just set up. After entering the password, hit Enter key. This is the first time the administrator account is logged in onto this Windows Server 2025. Let's select the setting to send the diagnostic data to Microsoft. I'm going to select Include Optional. Click on Accept. We are on Server Manager dashboard. Click on Local Server. Check the operating system version. It is Windows Server 2025 Standard Evaluation. Now we have the latest Windows Server 2025 OS on a VirtualBox as a virtual machine. That's the end of this lab guide. See you all in the next lab guide. Keep watching and keep learning.